Welcome, WolfTheWolfettes. We are back with the brilliant house flipper on the PlayStation 5, and I hope you guys and girls are having an absolutely fantastic day. Now, I've left the door open, so my house is probably freezing at the moment, but what we're going to be doing today is we're going to have a look on the laptop. We're going to see what kind of new properties are available. We're going to buy the biggest one available that was added with the Garden Flipper DLC, and I'm finally going to start working on the BwolfTheWolf subscriber house. Now, this video is probably going to be me choosing which property I want to purchase, and more than likely I'm going to have to spend quite a bit of time cleaning up the house, because the house is normally in an utter state when you buy it, and I also need to spend quite a bit of time working on the garden as well, because I'm pretty sure every property that you buy has very long grass, so at the very least we're going to have to spend a bunch of time mowing the lawn. So let's have a look what properties are available and let's see which one we want to buy. Now, I don't know how many people have commented on my YouTube community tab. I think it's still only 5 people. So at this moment in time, we still need a relatively large house because I need to make 5 rooms. But I'm sort of thinking that there might be a few more people that comment over the next few days. So I might have to really get the biggest house available. I did say in the last video that I wanted to use the house I'm currently in, the Home Alone house, because I think it's the biggest house available. But because of the snow everywhere, it sort of made the garden a bit naff. So that's the main reason why I don't want to use it. But let's have a look what properties are available. So this is one of the new Garden Flipper properties. As you can see, it's got a little garden icon right here to let you know. So this one doesn't even really look like it's got much of a house. This one seems to be like, I think this house would be perfect if you wanted to make like a farm sort of themed house, because you've got like a very small property by the looks of it and a lot of land, so you could have like a very big area just covered in crops, fruit trees and stuff like that, and you could give the house like a very sort of farmer's kind of vibe to it. But this is going to be way too small for what we want to do, so I'm not going to buy that. Okay, we've got this one right here, a house in a thicket. This one looks pretty good. This is the kind of house I would probably buy if I was going to do some more stuff for Grandpa Teddy and Grandma Gladys. But as this is going to be a house for my subscribers, we need something a lot bigger. What is that? The Hacker Loft. What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't even know what this icon's supposed to be. I don't think any other DLC is released. Oh, actually, This might be the house, because I'm pretty sure Frozen District, they did a collaboration with CD Projekt Red on Cyberpunk, I think, and I think this might be like a, yeah, because it's like a hacker loft, ain't it? And Cyberpunk is very like hacker themed, ain't it? Yeah, so this has got to be like a house they added in collaboration with CD Projekt Red. That's got to be what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Oh look, there's the man cave house with the graffiti. This is when Grandpa Teddy and Grandma Gladys moved to the ghetto. Oh, I tell ya, I got such... Oh, there we go, look. That looks like a pretty big one. The Just Married house looks very good, doesn't it? Yeah, the Just Married house might be a good one. And it looks like it's very clean. Unlike this house looks like a bit of a mess, doesn't it? Garden after building the house. Oh, so is this like a brand new construction? This might be a brand new construction then. But then again, that doesn't look very good, does it? Because garden after building the house just means that the garden must be covered in a load of crap because they've just built the house. I'm going to pick this one just because it's a new Garden Flipper house. And then you've got the Home Alone house over here, the one that I already purchased, and I currently live in it just to flex on everybody. Oh dear, right, so let's get straight into it. We're going to buy this one. £141,846.64. Jesus. Not too expensive, I suppose. I've got 826 grand, so we should be okay. We should have plenty of money left to like really do up this house lovely. Right, let's buy it. A large house with a detached garage for 2 cars. Incomplete state, available immediately, affordable price. What? Affordable price? Fuck off. That's not affordable. Maybe for a rich person. Oh my god, look at the state of this. Maybe I should have purchased the house after the wedding or whatever it was called. And we're going to have to cut down a lot of trees as well. Okay, warning, a mole has dug its way into the lot. Use a shovel to remove all the molehills. But be careful. The malicious mole will create new ones if you don't find him. Oh, okay. Oh, I remember the moles. Yeah, I think when I watched Sips play this back in like 2018 or 19, when you dig up the mole holes, I'm pretty sure the mole comes running out from under the ground, and I think it just runs off. I don't think you have to get rid of it or anything. I think it just leaves. I'm pretty sure it just leaves. Look at the state of this place. Jesus Christ. What's it look like in the garage? Oh, the garage doesn't look too bad. Let's have a look what it looks like in the house. Hopefully the house is going to be nice and clean because it's just been built, so it should be nice. How'd you get rid of these? Oh, there we go. Sorry if you can hear a load of noise in the background. Once again, the kids are outside in the playground being unnecessarily loud because they're absolute little shits. Oh, this doesn't look too bad. Obviously, we're going to have to repaint every single wall available. Let's have a look what it looks like upstairs. Let's see if I've got enough room. Man, I'm not actually sure if this is going to be big enough. I think everybody's going to have a relatively small room by the looks of it. Unless I start building a couple of the bedrooms downstairs. Well, obviously we need to have an area for like a living room and also a kitchen. Oh my god, this is going to take ages. Right, let's get cleaning. Let's get cleaning. So the story is, because you're probably all wondering, BwolfTheWolf, how the flipping hell did you even get enough money to be able to buy a property for your fellow subscribers? Because I did mention, back when I was playing Bloodborne in 2015, I did mention that if I ever get a lot of money, I'm going to buy a castle in real life, and this is if I get a lot of money, and I'm going to allow some of my top subscribers to come and move in with me. So you're probably wondering, BWolf, how the hell did you manage to get enough money where you was able to buy this property? Well, pretty much, Grandma Gladys and Grandpa Teddy, because I spent a lot of effort building them such fabulous properties, and we also built Grandpa Teddy a second property when he was having a bit of a rough time with Grandma Gladys and he needed like a place to get away because Grandma Gladys, she was not happy about Halloween. She doesn't like decorations. She doesn't like supporting Halloween because she considers it begging for candy and sweets. So she isn't a fan of Halloween. So I built Grandpa Teddy a second house, and also the grandkids were able to visit and celebrate Halloween with him. So because of that, they were both very happy with all the work I did for them. And because obviously they had their property in the ghetto where they were selling weed cookies, Grandma Gladys and Grandpa Teddy ended up having a massive amount of money. Like, they're basically millionaires thanks to Grandma Gladys's favourite famous weed cookies. So because of that, they both gave me a big fat check for $1 million, and it converted over to £812,000 in English pounds. So yeah, that's pretty much the story how I came into all of this money. So that's the reason why I'm now able to make such a nice house for you all. So just in case you were wondering, that's how I got the house. And also, we know Grandpa Teddy was a war hero. He was in Vietnam, and because of that, he had developed a good set of skills that he was able to murder people without leaving any evidence because of his time in the army. So whilst he was in the hood, he was also training people how to kill effectively and not leave any evidence behind. So people were paying for Grandpa Teddy's services, and they was also paying Grandma Gladys for her delicious weed cookies. And anybody that didn't like the weed cookies, who would, you know, maybe start spreading rumours that my weed cookies were disgusting, Grandpa Teddy took them out. So there wasn't any evidence of them being horrible cookies. So they had like a 100% rating on Trustpilot. So yeah. Everything went very well for Grandma Gladys and Grandpa Teddy for their weed business and their killing business. So yeah, and obviously I built them a very beautiful house, also for their grandkids. So yeah, and their son and daughter technically, because we also built one for the mum and dad, and Amy, Bob, and Gary as well. So we've done a lot for Grandma Gladys and Grandpa Teddy. So that's how I came into all of this money. Just in case you were wondering. Just in case you were wondering. Can I? Oops. Can I clean this up? Yeah. Thank God. I thought I was going to have to leave those on the floor then. I was about to get very bloody angry. Can I, Yes. Right, let me go around selling the rest of this. I can't sell the weeds. I want to get rid of all of these disgusting big, like, bushes and trees and things. I want to do everything from scratch. Oh, these are the molehills. Oh, you're going to be able to see this creepy... Look at that! You're going to be able to see the really creepy looking moles now. They're proper disgusting looking, and I think they're like really big in this game as well, which just makes it even more funny, because moles are tiny in real life. I don't think you can get any kind of big moles. I think, yeah, that the whole of this video is gonna... Well, that's bloody annoying. The whole of this video is pretty much gonna be me cleaning up. So, yeah, apologies about that. But in the next video, depending on how much I've cleaned up, it'll probably be me maybe resurfacing the ground with some fresh lawn. I mean, I definitely need to put lawn in the back and on the sides. This front area right here, I might like put out like some sort of a nice patio or something at the front and back of the house. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't really thought about that stuff. All right, let's get rid of some more of this crap. Look at these bags of cement. Like, these are fresh bags of cement. Why wouldn't the builders take these away with them? Cement isn't that cheap, really. It cost a pretty penny, I reckon, especially for this many bags, and they've just left it all behind. Bloody hell. That pallet's got a mind of its own, doesn't it? And all of this stuff right here, I mean, builders would have took this with them. You can use this as hardcore, like the stuff you put when you're going to, like, you know, if you're going to make like a base for a shed or something, and you put like hardcore and stuff, which is like bits of rubble. You could have took this with them and they could have used it. I tell you, mate, these builders are very wasteful, aren't they? Look at this. The bloody teenagers have been having a party back here, ain't they? Little turds. Drinking bloody alcohol on my property. I'll flipping skin them. Bloody mess. What a mess. So they built a fresh house and then left it looking in this kind of state. Like, what was the point? At least we can actually reach these boards, because otherwise we'd have to buy scaffolding or a ladder. Should I tell you what this is reminding me of? Nazi zombies on the PlayStation 3 on Call of Duty World at War. I absolutely loved that game mode. I cannot even begin to explain the amount of hours and fun that I had in that mode. I loved Call of Duty World at War for all the multiplayer, even like the actual multiplayer against other players, just because it was very fun and it was World War II themed. So I flipping loved it, but the amount of hours I spent in Call of Duty Nazi Zombies, it was absolutely amazing, that game. Flipping loved it. That is the only reason why I would buy some of the more newer Call of Duties. Like, I think the most recent one's got like a Nazi zombie mode in it. What's the most recent one? It was not Modern Warfare, it's Cold War, ain't it? Cold War has a Nazi zombie mode, doesn't it? I think it does. And then you've got like Warzone, which is that like Battle Royale stuff, which I'm not too bothered about that. I would definitely buy it. If they was to release Call of Duty, the zombie stuff, as a standalone part of the game, I would buy it. Like, I'm telling you right now, Activision, if you want more money, do it. Because it doesn't affect your sales whatsoever. And you just price it a bit cheaper. Doesn't it? You're just going to get more sales, because there's people out there that probably like these Nazi zombie mode, but don't want to spend like flipping 50 quid or 60 quid on it, because then they're buying all the other stuff which they don't care about. So you should release the Nazi zombie stuff as a standalone game. I'd buy it straight away, guarantee it. Like, I literally bought World War II, or whatever it was called. Not World of War, what was it called? World War II, I think it was called. I bought that just because it was back in the World War II era, and I loved it. And also, I think that had zombies as well. And that's the reason why I bought it. Sort of like I bought the Switch because I said to Nintendo, if they ever released a Pokemon 3D game again, I would buy a Nintendo Switch, because they wasn't releasing any Pokemon games on the home consoles after Pokemon XD, Gales of Darkness, and it annoyed me because I didn't really want to play the ones on the DS. And then they released Pokemon Let's Go, and it was a 3D Pokemon game. I made a promise, so I bought a Switch. I've got the Eevee and Pikachu one. I think mine's the Eevee one, maybe, because I think there was 2 different editions, weren't there? Oh no, there was 2 editions of the game, Eevee edition and Pikachu edition, but I've got the limited edition console as well, which is nice. I've never had a limited edition console. I've always ended up with the normal one, because I always buy them on release if I can. So I've never ended up with like a limited edition console, so that's my first limited edition one. I did want the Metal Gear Solid PS4 I think it was the PS4, but they didn't release a Pro version, I don't think, and that's why I didn't get it, because I already had a PS4. If they had made a Pro, I would have bought it, but they didn't. And then all of the limited edition Pros released after my mum and dad bought me a Pro, which I didn't see coming, because I was very reluctant to get a Pro, because I didn't really see the point, and I didn't have a 4K telly at the time. I do now, obviously, but back then I didn't. That's a good thing about this game. It's very easy for me to talk about just a bunch of random crap because obviously, you know, I'm just cleaning up at the moment, so it's very easy to just talk about a bunch of just random shit. Oh, they get me old shovel out again. But yeah, in case nobody has replied to my question that I asked in the last video, let me know what I should name this house, because I'm not going to call it the BwolfTheWolf subscriber house because that is a very arse name. So yeah, let me know what we should name it, because all those YouTubers and TikTokers, they've always got like fancy names for their houses when they all live together. So we need to have a cool name for ours. So let me know in the comments if you've got any cool suggestions, because my mind just keeps going really blank lately. I'm having a bit of a hard time focusing. I did briefly mention it in the last video. I'm just having a really hard time focusing, you know. I think everybody's having a hard time focusing at the moment, because all you really do nowadays is work, don't you? It's just work, because you can't really do many fun things because things are closed, and then you got to stay home all the bloody time because of lockdown. So you gotta just feel a bit fucking mad, don't you? It's like what's the point? You just work. You feel like an ant. It's literally like being an ant, because ants don't have fun. They just work and then go to sleep. They don't really know what fun is. They just work. That's what it feels like at the moment, like you're an ant or a honeybee. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? Bloody nightmare. Yeah, it's like you're just feeling a bit meh, a bit tired, a bit sick of everything, innit? We all probably feel like that. It's just, unfortunately for me, it's been like fucking 2 years of this shit. 2 years and 2 months of this shit, I should say. Need a fucking break, I do. I need a rest. Why is there a doghouse in the... I mean, I'm pretty sure from the description this is a freshly built house. So why is there a random... Like, is it for the... Was this for the guard dog? Did they have like a guard dog here or something? Just like keeping an eye on the property? I'm not too sure. Need to get rid of those molehills. Just getting rid of this. There we go. Oh, better get rid of this one as well. That's it. Just broke both my legs. Let's sell. What's this? Information pole. Yeah, we don't need that. Alright, we're almost done now. A couple more bits of wood. Molehills. I'm going to sell that doghouse because... if I'm going to get an area for our pets. Because if one thing I will mention, if you're subscribed to me and you want a house, a room in my house, I'm letting you know right now, I love animals. I prefer animals to people. So there's going to be a lot of pets. We're going to have at least 10 dogs. Probably about 20 cats. Most likely about 15 rabbits. So I'm letting you know right now, if you don't like animals, you can't move in. So there will definitely be an area in the garden for our pets. Because we're going to have a lot of pets, you know. We're definitely going to have a few huskies. We're definitely going to have a few German shepherds. A few border collies. Maybe a St. Bernard, because those St. Bernards are just big dopey motherfuckers. You've got to love a St. Bernard, don't they? They're just, unless you've seen the film Cujo, then you probably don't like St. Bernards, but that's just a film. We all know that ain't real. I love St. Bernards. And also they save people up on the mountains, don't they? So you've got to get rid of the mole. I'm a little bit fucking nervous now. Oh my god! Look at the state of that! Oh! That is disgusting! What a creepy little turd. It's very jump scary how they just pop up, ain't it? Well, why is it so big? That's what she said. Is it going to pop out again now? Let's get a thumbnail. Oh. All mole mounds are gone. Great work. Oh, okay. I thought it made a new one. I guess it dug a hole and then like pissed off to the neighbour's garden. Oh man, that is such a disgusting thing, ain't it? That is not how big a mole is. I don't know what moles they get over there in Poland, but I don't think we get moles like that over here in England. I think the developers are Polish. What the flipping hell happened then? This could be like a little outdoor area. I don't know, maybe this could be, I don't know what kinds of stuff are available in this game because they have added a lot of new things, but this can be like our outdoor gym. Because I do lift a lot of weights in real life. Like I don't lift like fucking, I don't like bench like 1,000,000 flipping kilograms and stuff like that. I do it more for mental health. That is one thing I will say. If you are struggling with your mental health, I'm telling you right now, weightlifting is one of the greatest things you can do. I don't really like weightlifting. I find it the most boringest thing in the world. But because of how much it helps me mentally, I do weightlift every single evening, except Friday and Saturday, because you need to have days off. Especially if you want to make gains. If you work out too much, and you don't have a rest, it will affect how much muscle you build. So make sure you rest if you do weightlift. But yeah, it really does help with the mental health. But I think I do prefer more. I always get this word wrong, but it's like calisthenics. It's where you use your body weight for all of your exercises, like push-ups and stuff like that. Things like that. I definitely prefer doing stuff like that, but the thing with weightlifting for me that is the best bit is when you do those last like 10 reps. So let's say like I normally do 3 sets of 30. I don't know the exact weight I lift, but I do 3 sets of 30. Now the first 2 sets of 30, like pretty much it's 30, 30 and 30 of these three different lifts that I do, and I do them 3 times. So it's 90 of each of these exercises altogether. But the last 10 of all 3 of these lifts that I do, they are painful. Like obviously it started off as just 30 reps, and over the like last year and a half that I've been doing it, it's gone up to now 90 reps, and the weight's also gone up as well. And when I get to those last 10 reps, it's those last 10 reps that really help with the depression. It's like pushing yourself so hard when you really don't want to do those last 10 reps, and you force yourself no matter how much it hurts. Those last 10 reps are the ones that help with the depression so much. So if you do plan on listening to me and like try and add some weightlifting if you're struggling, make sure you lift until it hurts. Because if you just lift and then when it starts to ache a bit you stop, you ain't going to get the effect that I'm talking about. It's that flipping pain that you feel when you get to those 10 reps you don't want to do. And those are the ones that help with your mental health the most. So give it a try. It really did help me. It's not, obviously it doesn't fix it, it doesn't completely get rid of it, but it's like in itself, it's like an antidepressant, I guess. For me, it's definitely an antidepressant, weightlifting and push-ups. And also at the same time, whilst you're doing it, you also get a better body too, and that's also going to help with your mental health, especially if you're struggling because you don't like how you look. Because there's lots of ladies that like to have like a nice bum, you know, they want to have a toned belly, and they always look in the mirror and they insult themselves, you know. So it's a win-win if you're with depression, because then you're also going to start helping yourself mentally, because you're going to get fitter, then you're going to look in the mirror and like how you look. So even though you did the weightlifting or whatever kind of physical stuff you're doing just for your mental health, at the same time you do get fitter and stronger, and then that's also going to help with your mental health because you look in the mirror and you like how you look. So it's a win-win both ways. And then all the blokes, you know, the blokes want a six-pack, you know, they want big biceps, all that good stuff, you know. So it's a win-win for multiple reasons. And you also increase your life expectancy probably, because you're going to be fitter, you're going to have a healthier heart, you're going to lower the chances of getting all those bad diseases like heart disease and shit, because you're burning off all that dirty cholesterol. So it's a win-win, you know. I don't know why I'm talking about all of this. It's because I mentioned that we're going to build a gym inside our garage. So then I just started fucking talking about it. That's how easy it is for me to talk about stuff. That's why it's easy for me to commentate on YouTube, because I can talk about stuff so easily. And especially nowadays, now I talk about more personal stuff like depression and stuff, and the stuff that I deal with all the time. Now that I talk about those things, it's even easier to talk, because back in the day, before 2019, I did hide everything. So there were certain things I could never talk about, because that would mean talking about problems, and I never wanted to do it because I was a fool and I was bottling things up. So there's another bit of advice for you. I've already said this multiple times, but never bottle things up, WolfTheWolf. It's very, very bad. Very bad for your mental health. extremely bad. It can cause all kinds of problems. Right, so once we've cut this grass, all we really need to do is cut down the trees. And then we are sorted. I should have probably used the lawnmower. I thought it would have been quicker doing this because it's very patchy, ain't it? Oh well, never mind. We're nearly done now, I think. Just these little straggly bits of grass are irritating. Look at the mini-map. It looks like we live in a swamp. Yeah, there's quite a lot of grass left. Let's get me a lawnmower out. Yeah, there's a lot more than I thought. Got another bush there I need to sell that I didn't even notice. Oh, and some more crap on the window to remove. God, it's really irritating using this near the edges. Obviously, you're not supposed to use this near the edges. You're supposed to use the hedge trimmer. That's what it's bloody for. But, yeah. I'm trying to do it to save time. I'm leaving lots of bits behind, aren't I? I just want to try and get this done in this video. Yeah, we're going to have to run around with the strimmer just to get rid of these last little stragglers. Should I do another game? Oh, this has just randomly popped in my head because I was thinking about Oddworld Soulstorm because that comes out pretty soon. That'll be my next PlayStation 5 playthrough. Oddworld Soulstorm. You also, if you've got a PS5, you get it free with PS Plus, so you ain't even got to pay for it. But I would have bought it even if it weren't on Plus. And I was thinking about that, but Stranger's Wrath is a game. That game, if you've never played Stranger's Wrath, another Oddworld game, it doesn't feature Abe and all the usual characters. It's like a different game. Set in the same universe, but a different game. If you haven't played Stranger's Wrath, you can get it like a HD remaster on the PS3. It is phenomenal. The story for that game is brilliant. So definitely give that a play. That is a great game. A very great game. You won't be sorry for buying that. Definitely give it a play. It'll probably be a bit dated now, but it's just amazing. So the ideas Oddworld have are amazing. I flipping love their ideas. Very creative. Very creative indie studio they are. They definitely deserve a lot more recognition. They were a lot more popular back in the 90s, but they sort of vanished for a bit, and then they reappeared when they started remaking games and remastering. But there's a lot of people that still don't understand how great their games are, and they see their trailers and they're like, indie developer, ain't gonna buy that. So they don't want to buy it. But I'm telling you right now, don't be an idiot, buy it. You're missing out. You're punishing yourself with that mindset. Indies make the most amazing games now. Indies are better than AAA most of the time nowadays because they're different, new ideas. Obviously, if you're a fan of just Call of Duty, then you probably won't care. But if you play like multiple games, you're missing out if you ignore the indies. Obviously, there are some bad ones, but then there's also bad AAA games as well. So. All right. There we go. Now all we need to do is cut down the trees. Right. Obviously, as always, we have to just walk in a circle because you can't cut down the trees realistically in this game. I said I got a perk a little while ago, didn't it? Or was that in the last video? Either this video or the last video. I've recorded 2 videos today, so I'm not sure which one. That tree just fell on my flipping head. Let's have a look what it was. Oh, there we go. Increase speed and strength. Here we go. I got a better axe now. Oh, look at this bad boy. Jesus! What an upgrade. And it only broke my picket fence. My little white picket fence has now been absolutely annihilated. God, we must be able to take these down in one swoop. If you can't take this down in one swoop, mate, you need to hit the gym more, BwolfTheWolf. Shit. 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 Oh, come on. It took 4 swings. I swear the other one took 3. Right, I'm going to make this video a little bit longer just so I can finish up with the trees. Oh shit, I'm trying to cut down the telephone lines. Bloody hell, mate. My neighbours will be fucking livid. Hey, look at this. We've got some birch trees. I'll tell you, birch trees are absolutely amazing. If you're ever in a survival situation and you find birch trees, make sure you take some of their bark. Preferably from a dead birch tree, so you don't have to like murder or injure a fresh living tree. But if you find one of these trees, take some birch bark off of it if you're in a survival situation, because birch bark is absolutely phenomenal for making fire. I've tried it in real life. You get birch trees in England, pretty difficult to find them. They seem to be a lot more rare than they used to be. But yeah, just make sure you get some of the bark. It's very good. Very, very good. It makes a very bright and powerful flame. And also if you rub it together and you like crumble it up a lot, it's very, very good as like, if you're trying to use like a flint and steel to make fire. It's very good for that as well. So if you're ever in a survival situation, look for these white trees. They're very, very easy to remember. It's white with these like little black patchy bits on them. And normally there's like bits of birch bark on them that like sort of just dries up where they've had like a bird attack it, or if you're, depending where you live, a bear might have clawed it or something and they've like pulled off bits and it's all dried up and you can just peel it off. And then you've got this like nice dry birch bark. Very good, both for making fires with a lighter and also if you need to make one like with 2 sticks and you need to rub them together to make an ember, or if you've got like a flint and steel. It's good for all that stuff. So a little tip for you if you ever find yourself stuck in that kind of situation, which hopefully you don't, but you never bloody know. You never know in this world. Where things are going nowadays, who flipping knows? We might all be living in caves one day again. That was a very slow fall. That tree completely defied gravity. I'm sure Anthony Gray, who lives opposite me, is absolutely livid with me at the moment for cutting down these trees, because we all know Anthony Gray is a bit of a Karen, so he's probably absolutely fucking foaming at the mouth. He's frothing at the mouth right now like, look at that prick! Look at that prick cutting down all the trees! Does he not like oxygen? Does he not like to breathe? But I am going to replant all of these trees, so you don't have to worry. I'm going to replant lots of fruit trees and lots of nice trees. So you don't have to worry about me cutting them down. I just want to make sure I build them where I want them. Plant them where I want them, I should say. Lovely. Right, there we go. It's very aggravating that grass does that. You can't get rid of that, I don't think. So every time you move back and it sort of like shows by the fence, it's very irritating. But never mind. Alright, let's get a thumbnail then. There we go. Let's better put my axe away so my audience don't think I'm threatening them. Probably get demonetized for having an axe in the video thumbnail. There you go. This is where we're going to be living, Wolf and Wolfettes. It's not as big as I wanted it to be. That's not what she said. But it's not as big as I want it to be. So I'm going to have to give everyone a smaller room than I expected. Thankfully we've got a garage outside, so I can probably build some of the stuff that I would have put in the house in the garage instead, because I ain't got a car, so we don't need it. I haven't got a Lamborghini just yet, so we don't need it. But yeah, if you want a room in my house, like I said, let me know in the community tab. Some of you might have to share rooms. You might have to have bunk beds in some of the rooms. Oh, lovely. But anyway, thanks for watching, Wolfvets. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And yeah, next time, I guess we're going to probably put some more grass down. We're just going to grass everything at first, just to make it all neat. And then I'll start probably doing some of the patios and stuff like that. Maybe get some of those fences that you use to separate areas. And then we can start thinking about what we're going to actually do with the garden. And then once the garden's looking stunning, then we can start focusing on the house. I'm going to have to paint the outside of the house as well, so that's going to take quite a bit of time. So we're definitely going to have to work hard with this house to make a house a home. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like, share, and join the pack today.